And good morning. It's 7:03 on this Thursday, November 12th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thursday morning. It's nice out there, a little bit on the cooler side than it's been, but we welcome you to our program. And, of course, happy to be here this morning because of Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. Paul Tubbs is here. He's the dealer operations manager, and we're all ready to go. Good morning. And how are things so far this week?
Doing great. Business well, doing good.
This would not be a bad day to play golf probably later on.
I would, but unfortunately, I believe I'll be at Bates Ford. This daylight savings is killing me.
Oh, well, Ronnie is not here today. Ronnie Kelly, who's in sales and usually joins us, but he's got other obligations this morning, special assignment or something.
Yeah, he's on a special assignment. That's one thing we do appreciate about Ronnie is his involvement in the community. He volunteers at the election commission, so they had something that they had to do today. You know, he does a lot in the community, sports council, Deacon Church, on different planning commission. I mean, we could go on, and that's something that Mr. Bates and myself really appreciate. Ronnie gets involved in the community, and that's what, as well as the dealership tries to do that as well.
Well, you have a lot going for you there. I know inventory may not, and in certain items, not been as great this year because of certain things, but you have a pretty good inventory all the time, and you're able to make deals with another dealer, maybe if they've got something somebody here wants.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I come in Tuesday morning, and a lot of times what they do, these car haulers, is they'll night drop, and I looked over, and I always open up the gate over by Publix, the side gate. That's kind of where I park. I go open it. And we had 5 vehicles, night dropped. And then we had another truck pull in, drop 3. We got 2 new Super Duties in, which was something that was very hard for us to get. A couple of diesel trucks. We got 3 or 4 Explorers in, a couple of Escapes. We got an Edge. So we're starting to kind of get our inventory as far as on the new side up. Our used inventory is in great shape. I did a commercial with Mr. Bates Tuesday. TV commercial, Mike and myself, and Mike did some stuff on some used vehicles that we had. We had like 10 Lincolns that's low miles, lease turn-ins, and that's things that we try to purchase as well, where Ford people drive them, people that work for the company, they'll turn them in, lease turn-ins, and the dealers will have an opportunity to purchase them. So we got a lot of low-mile Lincolns, and we traded for something that's kind of very rare. A gentleman traded in a 2012 F-150 and a 2018 motor. It's a small 24-foot little motorhome. It's pretty neat. We've had a lot of people. It's on the lot if anybody wants to, looking for a nice deal on a motorhome. It is pretty special, and we're in it very, very, very good. The gentleman just said, I'm not going to be able to travel. I paid a lot more for it than what I needed to. I just want to get out of it, and we ended up purchasing it for a very good deal, and it's sitting on the lot waiting for somebody to take it home.
All right. What about that 2012 F-150?
Sold it the next day. I mean, them trucks are hard to come by in that price range. It's a $15,000 truck. It was very nice, FX4 package, 4x4. I mean, it didn't stay on the lot. We had to get it detailed and gone.
What is the great thing about them? You've talked about how popular they are, and I don't question that.
Right.
But what is it?
I think the quality of vehicle and that F Ford's put out in the truck market, their Super Duties are great vehicles and used in a lot of workplaces. But them F-150s, I mean, they are great vehicles. You see very rarely issues. They're roomy. I always, if I take my son on a baseball tournament, you got all these vehicles on the lot, but I can drive an F-150. It's got more backroom seat than any vehicle, even an Expedition, and I own an Expedition. But the F-150 has got more leg room for your passengers in the rear, the 4-door crew cab truck. And I like to drive them with the tonneau cover where your stuff, you can put your luggage or ball equipment or golf clubs or whatever in the back. And you've got plenty of storage space in the back, but you've also got rooms for the kids. They're not kicking you in your back and everything else. So it kind of works out well.
Well, we tell you're sold on it.
Yeah, they're great vehicles, and I ran parts and service there at Bates for years before Tony put me over the whole dealership. And, I see what comes in and what comes out, and them trucks are very quality vehicles.
Yeah. So when you get one, even a 2012, which would be 8 years old, I guess, it lasted a day.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, these salesmen, that's something that Mike McClendon, who runs the front end in sales, and myself, we preach to them, is to keep your contacts and let people know when they, these salesmen, when they see something come in like that, they're on the phone calling their customers that's looking for, because when somebody's looking for a truck in that $15,000 to $20,000 range, it's very tough to come by. When we get one in, you see, when it hits the lot, them salesmen are all running in, grabbing their phone list and calling their customers, trying to get them to come in and look at the vehicle.
Is there quite a bit of competition among your salespeople there?
There is, but we've got a pretty close niche group that there's not a lot of cutthroat, because we teach, hey, we working together, we're all one team, and they all seem to get along. I mean, they go on Sundays and have a little cornhole tournament on Sunday afternoon. So like I always say, we're Tony says you don't have to get along, but when you're here, you got to work together. So we try to do that, but they all seem to work together really well. But there is competition. We want that. We try to breed that. We have sales meetings, and we have a chart where we go over who sells what. We put projections up, what we want them to sell. But there is that competition. I think they take it to the cornhole tournaments as well.
All right, cheapest oil change in town at Bates Ford.
Yeah, $24.95, 5 quarts. Like I always say, we don't just dump oil out and put a filter on it and send you on your way. We try to make sure we do a quality inspection, look at your brakes, your tires, your batteries. We did oil change for Billy here at the radio station a few weeks back and told him he needed some attention on brakes. He stopped me on the way in and said, hey, I'm going to try to get them brakes today. So, when we do that oil change, it's not just a quick oil filter, try to get you in and out. I know people that nowadays are in a rush, but we like to make sure that we look at the vehicle thoroughly, check your brakes, gauge your tires, test your battery, look at your hoses, belts, things like that, and give you a good assessment of what the vehicle needs, if it needs anything, or if it doesn't. We give you that inspection sheet, and if there's any future attention, then we let you bring it in and see what we need to do.
Well, that's really important, and I can understand. We're all sometimes we're really in a hurry and we don't have time. Other times, though, sometimes that needs to be looked at, because you can pay me now or pay me later, and sometimes when you pay later, it's a lot more.
And that's something that Mr. Bates and myself, and I don't think it's a secret around town, that we're exploring the idea of building a new dealership, and we're wanting to. We've kind of outgrown. I mean, I got cars stuffed everywhere at the dealership we've got now, as far as the facility and the size and the way that the community's growing. We're trying to grow with it. And one of the things that I told him is, I said, look, I need 10 to 12 people changing oil constantly. We got 6 right now that's all they do is quick service, oil change, brakes, tires. But, I said, we need to make sure we got 10 to 12 bays that we can dedicate to fast, quick service, because nowadays people are in a hurry, and we try to keep rotating our oil changers in and out. Just like lunchtime, we'll send 2 to lunch, leave 2 here. That way when people's on their lunch break at work, we can make sure we give them attention and try to get them in and out. We try to do it within an hour, but we try to make sure that we also do the thorough inspection. But people's time right now is in a hurry, and they're trying to get in and out, so we try to make sure that we can adhere to that.
Well, even though we've gone through COVID since March, it may have slowed us down in some ways, but people still traveling, people still moving their cars. You still have service work too.
Oh, excuse me. We're very busy right now in service. Like I said, that's something that we have. That West Main location, I love it because I live 2 minutes from the dealership, so it works out great for me to go home or lunch or something like that. I can shoot home, or like the other night there was a problem where somebody needed to get a vehicle, and I can shoot right after work and let them in after hours or get their vehicle or things like that. But the location is great. It's just we are so busy, and the community, if you look around where Bates Ford is right now, I mean, there's developments going on all around. There's people coming in, and I always talk to my people when I talk to them in our sales meetings and our service meetings. I said, look at the amount of people we're entering into our system. When somebody comes in and we write their vehicle up, if we pull their VIN and they're already in our system, they've been there several times. Well, now we're entering people daily. I mean, because of the amount of people that's moving to the area, and it's just growing so much, and we're trying to make sure we grow with it.
Well, where are you going to grow to, or is that a secret?
No, it's not really. I mean, Mr. Bates owns property over off the interstate, off of kind of by where Wilson County and Franklin Road area. That Mr. Bates owns the property right there where the doctor's pavilion is across the street. That's our property. So we're actually doing soil samples, and I've met with Ford and got some architectural, designs and stuff like that. So we will be moving to a different kind of location, but hopefully we'll be growing and making sure that we are here to making our customers where it's a little bit easier to get in and out. Right now, our service department, like yesterday, there wasn't nowhere to park between Publix, us. I had Ronnie Kelly bring a customer's vehicle in that we were going to make a key to somebody sold, and he was like, "Tubbs, sir, I can't find nowhere to park." And I said, "Just put it out there, Ronnie, and I'll get to it." But he couldn't. There wasn't very much parking. We were just slammed yesterday, so it's a good problem to have.
Well, Paul, look at the clock.
Where's our police?
I'm
gentleman?
wondering where Sergeant P.J. Hardy is. Maybe he's on special assignment or has forgotten us. One of the other.
He might be with Ronnie over there on special assignment counting votes.
I tell you what, if you've got nothing better to do, would you like to talk a little golf and baseball?
Oh, sure.
Well, one more thing we should mention here, just real quickly, the tires and batteries.
Yeah.
I think we're not complete if we don't.
No, that battery deal, we've probably sold 3 or 4 yesterday. Our batteries, 134.95, 90% of the vehicles, we put them in for free. You get a 3-year free replacement. It means that if the battery goes bad in that 3-year period, you get a new one for free. Plus, you get a 100-month warranty. Once your 3 years is over, it starts being prorated up to 100 months. So that's just a phenomenal deal. And I honestly, truly believe Ford has the best battery in the market. I see a lot of people buy batteries at parts houses and places, and they'll come in actually and get a Ford battery because they're having issues. The tire deal, I don't know how Ford does it, but they'll meter beat anybody's price on any tires, and we also give free rotation when you purchase tires from us.
All right. Well, that's it for Bates Ford this morning, 1673 West Main, the dealer. It'll trade for anything it don't eat, but Paul Tubbs is going to stick around. We'll talk about some other things when we come back. You're on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:16. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota and Rental. They have Exmark, large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. The #1 selling brand, bought 2-to-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning in Dixon County. They're still out here on the scene of this crash involving an 18-wheeler that flipped. It's going to be Highway 70 at Garner Creek Road. That's Garner's Creek Road, still blocked there on Highway 70 in Dixon County. Looking better, however, on 65 northbound up in the Goodlettsville or Madison area from that earlier crash. Just heavy southbound coming through Madison right now on 65 south. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Tony and Nikisha Tate, the Tate team. They will assist you with all your real estate needs. Call 554-9795. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
It's all about taking care of you, and THW Insurance will do just that. Are you looking for home or auto insurance? THW represents Westfield Insurance and other fine companies. Together, we will protect you and your family. Call Carl Ragland at 615-443-6530 or stop in and see him at the Wilson Bank and Trust Providence location in Mount Juliet.
All right, we continue this morning. We were expecting Sergeant P.J. Hardy, who's Information Officer for the Lebanon Police Department, to be here, but he hasn't made it. Paul Tubbs has graciously stayed in his seat, and we're going to talk about a few other things. One of the things you have said working at Bates Ford has allowed you to
to do. Mr. Bates likes for you to be part of the community, do other things, and you've talked about the things that Ronnie does, but you've been involved a lot in sports and also golf.
Yeah, I have. That's something that I enjoy a lot. My dad, pretty much, and my mother and everybody, we grew up, at the ballpark, kids, and I played football, baseball, basketball, and my kids do that, and I try
Where
to
did
coach.
you go to high school?
Hendersonville. I grew up in Hendersonville. My dad knew Mr. Burchett and Tony. And I actually, when I started working at Bates, I lived in Hendersonville, and I transplanted to Lebanon probably 15, 17 years ago. And I tell you what, I just loved it. And then probably 15 years ago, I joined Lebanon Golf and Country Club, and I actually fell in love. I mean, that was just the greatest thing because I lived right around the corner and I could shoot over. Like right now, it drives me crazy. Daylight savings is my gloom and doom because when I got off work at Bates, I could shoot over to the country club and play 9 holes, or some evenings when it stayed light enough, you can get 18 in if you get off work at 5:30. But now 4:30 it's dark, so I'm kind of a little bummed with daylight savings.
How long have you been playing golf? I mean, did you play that early
I
on?
never picked up a golf club as a kid. That's a crazy deal. One of the guys that actually was at Burchett at the time, and now's my general sales manager, Mike McClendon. He said they were having a scramble or something at Ford was, and he invited me to go. I said, man, I said, most of the time when somebody hits a ball, I go get it. I don't hit it and go get it myself. I never played. I was probably in my mid to late 20s and never picked up a golf club. And now my wife will tell you I got a garage full of them. So
I was around when Hunters Point opened. I believe it was 1965 or 6, and that's when I picked up a golf club and learned a little bit about it. I've never been a good golfer, never will be, but I enjoy it. It's really fun to get out there and hit the ball, walk around, and ride around.
It's my getaway from Bates. If I have problems or things at work or stuff like that, and I really enjoy the fact there's no secret I'm president of Lebanon Golf and Country Club and have been for a few years. I'm involved with, and we've got several Bates Ford customers at the country club that, I bet I've got 40, 50 customers or members at the country club that's bought cars from me at Bates because, they trust the fact that, what we do and stuff. But I enjoy Lebanon Golf and Country Club to no end.
Well, let me ask this because there's only 9 holes there. Now, I know you if you play 9, then you have a different place to tee off for the second 9. But still, it's basically 9 holes. Is that a detriment?
Not to me because, one is I play the white and blue tees, and you play the first 9 holes from the white, and you play the second 9 from the blue. So there's a lot of different angles and a lot of different holes, and that course is a tough little tree line, small greens. It's very, very fun little place, and I love it. I got my own little golf cart, jump out there. I can get out there in a hurry and go, and I live around the corner. So it's a neat little place that I really enjoy.
You have some children. You have they play baseball, I believe.
Right, Brody and Braden. Yep, and I coach them a little bit in baseball.
Have they taken up golf?
I won't let them yet.
Oh.
I took Brody out one time, and he's a phenomenal left-handed baseball hitter, great little athlete. And I took him out one time mid-baseball season and let him. We was playing golf, and he went into about a 3-game slump where he didn't touch a baseball. So but I do take them out to the driving range, and the thing that's awesome about Lebanon Golf and Country Club, and I do this in the summer evenings and stuff, is I do take them out there and let them beat the ball around some. You can go out on the course like usually late Sunday afternoons or late Saturday afternoons, and and let them run. Now they don't play competitive, but I do take them out there on the course and kind of let them beat it around some.
Well, do you get to participate in some tournaments maybe, or?
We do. We have a little points game at the country club on Saturdays and Sundays, and generally we got a little group of guys that get together and we play a little points game, stuff like that. That's the fun part about it out there.
Well, I guess you're recruiting new membership all the time. What is required here? If somebody just wants to play golf, do you have something for them, or is a membership just a membership? How's that work?
Well, one of the things we're doing at the country club right now is we've got a new restaurant coming in, and we've totally remodeled the whole facility, and we're in the process of doing that. So We're hoping after the first of the year, the new restaurant will be there. Our membership has grown phenomenally. I mean, we're at the point of we're almost having to cut off. Our bylaws say 250 members. We're at like 243. That place is really.
That's encouraging, isn't it?
Oh, it's unbelievable. The golf course is in. I've had several people play that says they've never seen the golf course in better shape. The golf course is in phenomenal shape. The greens are great. We've got that champion Bermuda greens that's just like lightning. So it's a fun little, and them greens out there are small. It is a 9-hole course, but it's challenging because you do play two different tee boxes, but it's pretty challenging too because you got to have pretty good short game because them greens are pretty small.
Well, so what are you going to do? I mean, if you get 250, you're going to change your bylaws, or you're going to cut off?
Well, I mean, we'll have to take it before the board and see. I mean, 250 is our cutoff, and then we had a meeting about it and discussed it. And I don't think you'll see a lot of people joining in the winter, and something. I said that's something we probably need to address come springtime, but I don't see us, gaining a bunch of membership. Now I remember when I first joined, there was probably 85 to 90 members, and now we've got 240, 243. So,
Dave Smith still frequent the place?
Oh, he lives out there. Joe probably kicks him out of the house and sends him out there. No, Dave and them's got a little group. They all play, Coach Martin, Wayne Crook, there's a good group of guys, Doug, all them, there's just a good little bunch of people out there. It's a working man's nice little place.
Well, let's get back to your restaurant a little bit there. You, what do you foresee there when you get all this finished?
Oh, it's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait. Like I said, I live around the corner, and the people that's taking it over are great family people, and they said, hey, we've seen what's going on. We want to come in and we want to make it. They've gutted the whole. I mean, it's going to have a whole different look. The country club and the board and myself have redone all the plumbing. The building was built in 1951, so it needed some attention. We've done some things as far as where the old scoreboard was up when you pull in. We've knocked that down and put in some concrete where the golf carts aren't kind of in the road when you pull around. Our anticipation is to have a huge outdoor eating area out back for the spring and summer times where you got tables outside and where people can come and the new restaurant people are wanting to do music and live music and stuff like that. So try to make it a really good environment.
Now, for somebody to participate, I think they have to be a member or maybe come as a guest of somebody that's a member. Is that pretty much it?
If you're going to be on the golf course or the pool area or the range, you have to be a member. But the restaurant is going to be open to the public, so it's going to be open to anybody.
And I think it has been.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's something that I told Gary and Alita, our new restaurant people. I told them, I said, hey, one of the good things is, I said, you need to get on the local radio station and let people know, do a commercial and let them know, hey, it's going to be open for the public, the restaurant, because that's one thing I don't think a lot of people know is that restaurant is, and it's a great scenery. You can sit out there and look at a golf course and eat and stuff. And it's pretty, it's a pretty area.
Well, one other thing I'm wondering, you've had 3 or 4 rooms out there where if you had a small group or maybe a medium-sized group, that was about. Will that still be? Or?
It will be. We've done some remodeling as far as when you walk in, the bar area, the entranceway and all that is completely done, but you're still going to have the oak room and the ballroom and stuff like that if people want to have an event or, I get contacted a lot if somebody wants to have a birthday party or a wedding reception. Mm-hmm. So that's still one of the things that we're doing is we're going to there's like a sunroom in the back that's called the Florida room. We're going to make that where the pool area can eat there, and, we're just trying to get it all situated.
Couldn't you call that the Florida State room?
Yeah, right now I don't want to.
I don't think she's listening. It. The Florida room.
Well, they looked pretty good this past week. Unfortunately, I think MJ, they had a pretty good game last week.
Yeah. Well, Vanderbilt take care of them.
Vanderbilt and Tennessee, we're in a little trouble.
We've got a couple of minutes. Anything else about the country club you want to mention here?
No,
you are president.
I have been for a couple of years, and that's something I enjoy. I love the place. Like I said, I play golf out there, take my kids out there, take my family. I got a lot of friends out there, and you know, it's a great place to be.
And the swimming pool, will anything really be changed? It'll still be.
We are redoing some things as far as the eating area and stuff like that. We've redone the pool, and within the last few years, repainted it and done a lot of stuff. So we're trying to give a facelift to it and make it look a little newer. And like I said, it was built. The whole place was kind of built in '51, you know. And I tell you this too, really, it's a shame. And I'll say this for youth. I was talking about youth sports, but you take like Hunters Point. I used to go out there with friends and play. And I would have given anything if the city would have bought that, or the county would have bought that golf course, because they could have put. Paved the cart paths, put water out to the course. I mean, I love that little course and the layout, and I played hundreds of rounds out there. But if you look, there's no golf courses in Lebanon.
Right.
There's Lebanon Golf and Country Club. There's Five Oaks, which are both private. Then the only public course you've got in Wilson County right now is Pine Creek. So you take all these high schools and middle schools, it's got golf programs. It's a really tough situation, and we try to help that out and give back to the community and let them play out there on Mondays and do things. But it's a shame that we don't have any more golf courses for the kids in the community, and Hunters Point closing down really hurt that a lot, and I hated that.
It broke my heart.
Oh, me too. I mean, I played
there so many more than anywhere else.
Yeah. And I swear I tried. I wanted the city or the county to buy it, because, you know, one, they had the equipment to go in there and really, I mean, it wasn't the greatest shape, but it was still a pretty good little golf course. And if you could have put some water to the fairways, and, you know, and you could have went in and, you know, you had them ponds out there, you could have used them ponds to pump the water to the course. And, you know, the greens were in pretty good shape. And, you know, all you'd have to do is pave them cart paths. You could have had a great thing. And plus, it would have helped the kids in the community. And now you go by, and what makes me want to cry, you got all them houses on it.
Boy, me and you see alike on that. Time's up. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate you staying over today.
Anytime.
Paul Tubbs, he's the dealer operations manager for Bates Ford, 1673 West Main. We'll take a break here. Part 2 coming up. Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:31. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and that regular oil change, $24.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's really busy now as we check it out live. 65 southbound here at Trinity Lane. They finally finished that wreck in Dixon County. Highway 70 near Garners Creek Road. Traffic's heavy now coming out of Dixon County through Kingston Springs on 40 going eastbound. They're working an accident now. 24 east, guess where? Near Whites Creek Pike. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Tony and Nikisha Tate. The Tate team, call 554-9795. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The Dancing Lights of Christmas is back for their 11th annual celebration of the magical Christmas season at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. For just $25 per vehicle, you will experience the dazzling sights and sounds of over 2 million lights synchronized to some rockin' Christmas tunes without ever leaving the safety and comfort of your own vehicle. The Dancing Lights of Christmas, 5 p.m. nightly, November 13th through January 3rd. Don't forget to attend the Modern Maker Holiday Expo for holiday shopping and do-it-yourself workshops, November 13th through the 15th. Attend both events and get discount tickets.
Get excited for Christmas as you take a stroll through Fiddler's Grove Historic Village and see the buildings come to life with animated Christmas decorations. Bring your friends and family to enjoy this safe outdoor adventure. CDC guidelines are being followed. Masks encouraged. Hand sanitizing available throughout the walk. Tours available Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now through December 19th. More details at fiddlersgrovetennessee.com. For the love of Tennessee, visit Wilson County and travel safe.
The 2020 Titans have all grown up together. They've had a taste of success in the playoffs, and they're back with Derrick Henry.
Henry 20, Henry 10.
Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Tannehill keeping around right end, driving, he's in.
A stout defense.
Titan ball.
And a head coach in Mike Vrabel who's ready to lead them.
Brought to you by Steve Lowe Plumbing and the Jewelers.
LHS, Cumberland University, and the Tennessee Titans. The winning teams are on WANT 98.9.
We have some very nice weather to talk about today. Highs this afternoon will top out in the upper 60s with plenty of sunshine. On Friday, more sunshine is in the forecast with highs reaching the mid-60s. For Saturday, skies will be a mix of sun and clouds with temperatures topping out around 70 degrees. I can't rule out some isolated showers on Sunday as well. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction Realty, professional auction real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. Let's look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist TJ Scott.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part 2 here on a Thursday morning. Believe it or not, we have Heather Sadler Gallagher live in studio. And Heather, good morning.
Good morning. I've already got our selfie.
Yes.
I mean, it's been a while since I've had a picture of us together.
Yeah,
so.
And actually, it's I think a lot of things have happened with you since you were actually out here.
Yes, got a new last name. I did that, and had a little wedding on a boat, and we, like I said, we got married on a houseboat. So you haven't seen me since I've done a lot since you've seen me last.
That's right. But we've talked about it over the phone. So you've been with us, just haven't been live in studio. But you glad to see you here this morning. Okay, we're talking, of course, about the Pavilion Senior Living here in Lebanon, located at 1409 Medical Center Drive. I know Medical Center Drive. I had to look at your number for there. But you've been there, is it almost 2.5 years?
We've been there 2.5 years, and I've been with the Pavilion now 6 years. So I've been on Medical Center Drive one way or the other for about 6 years. So in our rehab building and then our assisted living building.
Well, you got any news for us this morning? Anything new?
Well, I'll give my weekly COVID update. We are still COVID free in our Lebanon location. Both locations we're still COVID free. Of course, that's a huge thing, but doesn't mean that we let our guard down anymore. And we know we're frustrated with the regulations that say that we can't have visitors. We are probably more frustrated than everybody else, but we've had a lot of calls lately, and they're just not letting up on the regulations. And there's a huge regulatory piece to our business, not just hospitality. And so right now, as the weather gets colder, we'll have to. The state says we can do outside visits as much as possible when the weather changes, which, it's been beautiful here lately. We'll see what today brings. Then we have to do inside visits 6 feet apart with a partition. So we'll start those up. They're all of our visits have to be scheduled just because we have to sanitize and then we have to clean and we've got a staff for that. So it is a lot. So unfortunately, everybody just can't drop by and see mom or dad and grandma and granddad. You have to call us, and those are just.
You don't like it any more than they do.
Oh, we hate it.
Yeah.
We absolutely hate it. But we also have a job to stay regulatory compliant, and we also have a job to do our best to keep not just one resident, but all residents as safe as possible.
Well, haven't your track record really good so far? So
far, knock on wood and keep praying that it stays the same. But we also know that we're vulnerable, and I always tell everybody I have lots of senior living competitors, and I play in the sandbox well with everybody just because I feel like that's better for seniors. If we're not the place for them, I'd like to work with someone else that is. But I've talked to several of our other senior living communities in Wilson County, and they're not as lucky, but that doesn't mean they've done anything wrong. It's just the way this virus works. Mm-hmm. So we've been very, very lucky, very, very blessed. But that doesn't mean, and we've seen it. It can happen to us just as quickly as it could anybody else. So we're just really blessed right now.
You have any openings to speak of?
We do. I have one memory care opening right now. So that just opened up. And then we have a couple more 1-bedrooms and studios in our new wing that are open. And then after that, we're almost completely full. Yeah. Not quite yet. So we've got some people that have already reserved for January. They're wanting to get through the holidays. And then we have some that are calling that want to get somewhere safe before the holidays. Oh. The holidays aren't going to look the same this year. maybe the whole family's not coming in to see, and so that makes a difference too. So we've had it's going to be a little challenging time, but we've managed to get through I hope the roughest parts of it, but we'll keep swimming.
Well, a lot of people do go to your website to find out information, www.thepavilionseniorliving.com. And, of course, we always want to provide that telephone number because you are pretty busy on the phone, aren't you?
I am pretty busy on the phone.
615-444-5556. And we got about 30 seconds here. Anything you want to say?
Well, so if you give us a call, we also set up virtual tours. So we're taking our iPad and our phones, and we're doing virtual tours, and we're showing people around. So that's a pretty cool little thing. Technology can be pretty nice sometimes. So when you give us a call, we'll give you that as an option. But we've got virtual tours set up. We have some that we can email out so you can show people. If you can't do it live, we can send them out. So we've done that too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. We'll do it again next week. And we thank you, Heather Sadler Gallagher, for coming and talking about the Pavilion Senior Living.
Have a good one.
All right. We're about 21 minutes before the hour, and my guest today is Tim Sudduth with Middle Tennessee Electric, and he is right here live in studio. Tim, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, we're glad to see you here, and I understand you've got maybe something fairly new to talk about, and we just welcome you to our program here. If you will, tell us a little bit about yourself here. Now, it says here on your card you've given me that you're the Distributed Energy Resources Coordinator. Yeah. Well, I'll say it's a nice title.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. So in an easier way to put it, I'm the solar guy, typically is what I'm called around the office for Middle Tennessee Electric. Been with them going on 4 years now, and my role is really to handle a lot of the intake of members who are interested in renewable energy, whether that's for project on their property, home, business, or if they want to participate in one of the many programs we have. And we'll talk about the newest one that we just launched on October 1st called Green Switch 100 today.
Green Switch 100.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is Green Switch 100?
So Green Switch 100 is a new program that is offered to our residential members and our commercial rate classes GSA 1 and 2. So that's typically your smaller retail, grocery store type members that we have and serve. So we have a large portion of our membership who over the years have voiced the want for renewable energy. So when I say renewable energy, we're talking about solar panels, wind, biomass, and gas. There's several hydroelectric power is also considered renewable, and Middle Tennessee Electric isn't a generator of electricity. We just distribute it. The Tennessee Valley Authority is the one who generates all the electricity here within the state. So we've worked really hard with TVA over the last 12 to 18 months to come up with this program to really make it simple, easy, and flexible for people to get access to renewable energy without having to incur a lot of the challenges that come along with getting renewable energy installed on your property. For example, roof space, shading, the out-of-pocket cost or the financing of these systems can be very high. Maybe you rent or live maybe in an assisted living facility or an apartment, and you have a passion or desire to support clean renewable energy here in the Valley. This program is really developed for those types of members. And it's,
well, would you say this is for everybody, or do you have to sort of have a passion in that direction to really want to do it?
I would say it's not necessarily for everybody, but we tried to make the program accessible for everybody. And the cost to produce electricity with renewables right now is still slightly higher than it is using our traditional forms like natural gas, nuclear, coal, hydro. So the way this program works is we again really try to make it affordable, flexible for people to participate in. And what we do is we add 1 cent per kilowatt hour to your monthly bill. So if you used 1,200 kilowatt hours this month on your electric bill, we would add $12 to your bill. And what we would do is we would report that to TVA. We do this every single month, and they will generate those 1,200 kilowatt hours using a mix of solar, wind, and biogas. So the mix is primarily solar. It's 80% of that electricity is being generated by large-scale solar farms here in the valley. Which is another thing we really wanted this program to be a little bit more localized or regional. TVA has had some programs like this in the past, traditionally buying wind power from outside of the valley, from large-scale wind farms, and we really wanted to bring that closer here to the valley. So we're proud of that, and it's very basic. It's very simple. It's that easy. You sign up, you give me a call, or call Middle Tennessee Electric. They'll pipe you in over to me, and within 1 to 2 billing cycles, we add that to your bill, and all of your energy is sourced from renewables for your home. And you know that's for just a cent per kilowatt hour. You know, for some people, like, that might only be $5 a month. For some people, it might be $25 a month extra on your bill, but you are eliminating your carbon footprint for your home. So it may not be for everybody. You know, if you're the type of person that says, well, I really want to reduce my bill with solar power or wind power, you really have to take that on yourself. And you have to be able to, you know, you got to have a good site. You got to have, you know, the financing or the finances to do it. And, a lot of people don't, you know,
What you said you started this, about a month ago?
Yes, October 1st.
Okay. All right. It's a month and a half then, say. What's been the reaction so far?
So October, we didn't really do any marketing in October. We run a magazine, the Tennessee Magazine. The first that came out last week on Monday. So October we had a couple employees that signed up for it. It's open to employees as well. We had a couple people that had contacted me throughout the previous 12 months, and I told them this was coming. So I contacted those members and got them signed up. But since we ran that article last Monday, we have had on average 3 to 4 people signing up per day. I've done one other radio interview. We've got some bill inserts coming up that every single member in those rate classes will get, some social media posts. So we're just now kind of starting to rev it up.
All right, we got to go to a break here, but if somebody's already interested, wants to sign up, wants to know how to sign up, how difficult or how easy is it to sign up?
You can sign up on our website, mtemc.com, go to the programs page. You can call our main line, and they'll get you over to me, and I'll make sure to give you my contact details here on the air before we leave.
Okay. All right. Very good. Tim Sudduth is with us, Middle Tennessee Electric. We'll take a break here. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And to 746, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Absolute Kubota and Rental Exmark. Large inventory of Exmark mowers for homeowners and commercial users. The #1 selling brand. Bought 2-to-1 over any other commercial mower brand. 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Heavy traffic now here on 65 southbound at Trinity Lane as we check it out live. Lebanon Pike at Credney, that's one of the latest accidents. Hobson Pike at Windcrest Trail, that was tying up traffic a few minutes ago. It's picked up coming out of Mount Juliet, out of Wilson County on 40 westbound into Hermitage. Hey, if you're looking to buy or sell a home, call Tony and Nikisha Tate, the Tate team. They are the best. Call 554-9795. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Hey, this is Paul with Bates Ford, and with the holiday season coming, so is great deals at Bates Ford. We've got the Works vehicle package for the low price of $49.95 for up to 5 quarts. We've got batteries for $135 installed on most vehicles, and also on the sales end, We've got zero interest for 72 months and rebates for up to $10,000. So come see us at Bates Ford, the dealer that will trade for anything that don't eat.
71 degrees all the way.
73 degrees, please.
So what's your perfect degree of comfort? We'll help you find it with professional Rheem HVAC service that'll keep your home comfy year-round, save on energy costs, and may qualify for utility rebates and tax credits. So enjoy a new degree of comfort.
72 degrees, and I'm good to go.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. Our final segment now, and if you just turned our way, Tim Sutterth is with us with Middle Tennessee Electric. He is a Distributed Energy Resources Coordinator. And what'd you say they call you at the office?
They just call me the solar guy.
The solar guy. and we're talking about that today and going green and this sort of thing. Now, we had a good conversation here during the break. I forget the name of the magazine, but if you are a member of Middle Tennessee Electric, if Middle Tennessee Electric provides your electric power at your residence or business or wherever, you get this magazine. It comes in the mail once a month. Mm-hmm. And you were saying the details about what we're talking about here are in a section of that magazine that just came out a short time ago, around the first of the month.
Yes. There is a breakdown of all of the renewable energy programs that we offer. We're talking about the Green Switch 100 program here today. There are details on that in there. If you want to read it, when you get that magazine, it's about halfway through. You'll see a picture of me and a breakdown of all those programs and kind of just some high-level overview. There's information on our website. If you want to call me directly and speak about it, you're more than welcome. My number is 615-217-5256, and I can get you signed up for this program. It's a month-to-month program. You can get in and get out whenever you want.
Well, that's really that sounds good. You're not obligating yourself for a long term, like 6 months or a year or anything. Just a month at a time, really.
Correct, and that's again another. When you're purchasing a renewable energy system for your home, you're kind of married to it. I mean, the equipment is expected to last 20 plus years, and a lot of people don't live in their homes for 20 plus years anymore. So this really kind of doesn't allow it. It helps you not commit to something long term if you're not sure if you're going to be in that location. And again, this is open to anybody in our service territory, and we're really proud. We're one of 2 local power companies that are offering this in the entire Tennessee, out of the 158 here in the Valley. So Middle Tennessee Electric and Knoxville Utility Board, we're the 2 that partnered with TVA to kind of get this program launched. We're both very passionate about renewables, and I think so far it's been a success in just the week or so that we've actually marketed it. So I'm looking forward to the next couple of months as we roll out more marketing and folks learn a little bit more about it. And I'm hoping TVA will be able to open this up across the state.
I want to talk a little bit about you here, your background. So you haven't been with Middle Tennessee Electric all that long. Where are you from? What have you done? Somehow I see somebody new. I like to know a little about it.
Sure. I was raised in North Carolina. Grew up in Charlotte. My parents still live there. Go back there for the holidays. I'll be going back here for Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. Went to college at Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina.
App State.
Yep, App State.
Hey, we got a guy here playing football there, I think.
Yep, we do. Big upset there against Michigan when I was actually at school when that happened, and it was crazy. It was just incredible to see what happened after that football game. I mean, just a lot of fun, and the university has really grown a lot since then. And after I graduated from Appalachian State with a building science degree, I actually worked in the solar industry with a company down on the coast, installing, selling, and designing systems. And then that brought me, I was there for about 3-4 years. Then I moved to Nashville and worked with another solar contractor here in Nashville for about another 3 years, and then I joined Middle Tennessee Electric. So
What attracted you, or was this particular thing why you became employed by Middle Tennessee Electric?
Yes. So when I worked with the local solar contractor here in Nashville, I was in sales design, and I would do commissionings. And what that means is when we passed our final state electrical inspections, we would have to schedule a meter installation with Middle Tennessee Electric, and I had met them a couple of times, and they were always so friendly and so supportive of us in the work that we were doing. And the solar industry is we always used to joke and call it the solar coaster, because it's just up and down and upside down, and it just twists and turns. And it's I just was kind of over the whole sales gig, and I was really passionate when I was in college about energy efficiency and building efficient homes and buildings. And that's kind of how I got into Middle Tennessee Electric. I was an energy services coordinator doing residential energy advising, and that kind of led me to the solar position once it opened up. So
now, is this right now for you kind of a one-man show here right now?
Yeah, for the most part, I do lean on some people in engineering, and then the communications teams helps us with a lot of the marketing of these programs. But there's not multiple me's for each district or each county that we serve. I'm based out of the corporate office in Murfreesboro, so if a member calls in from Woodbury or from Franklin, they're sending them my way.
Right. Well, again, I guess the easiest thing for just about anybody to do is to read that portion of the magazine that pertains to this. But we've got time here, kind of as when we started, you were telling us about this. Go over this again, if you will. What this program is all about.
Sure. So,
and again, we call it the Green Switch 100.
Yes,
Green
that is
Switch
correct.
100.
So the Green Switch 100 program is offered to residential members and commercial members under the GSA 1 and GSA 2 rate. You can find your rate structure on your bill or your rate class. You just have to look on it. And what we do is we add 1 cent per kilowatt hour to your bill, and in return, we source all of that electricity from renewable energy projects here in the Valley, primarily large-scale solar farms. So it's almost like a virtual transaction. We're not piping renewable energy directly to your home, but the thing with these large scale solar projects is they can be hundreds of acres. There's as everybody knows, Middle Tennessee, that can be hard to come by, acreage like that, and it can get expensive. So a lot of these solar farms are typically located in more rural or remote areas of the state. And what TVA does is they build these large-scale solar farms, and then you're basically purchasing a little piece of that solar farm every single month. And what we're doing is just digitally putting that onto your bill. We're reporting how much energy you're using, and TVA generates that energy with renewables. So you're really able to make the claim that your property, your home or business is 100% renewable. And, your carbon footprint is neutral, which for a cent per kilowatt hour is fairly inexpensive.
I guess this is a trial effort to see here if this is really going to catch on. You were saying earlier a chance to put up or shut up, if we want to kind of get crass about it a little bit. But it's kind of an experiment, isn't it?
Yeah, we're hopeful that this program will encourage TVA and not just them, but other local power companies to offer this. And we think there's a demand for it. And that's kind of one of the goals of the program, is to find out what that demand really is. There's a lot of people out there who want renewables and who want to support them. And we've got to find them and make sure they're aware of this program. So,
well, if people latch onto this, and you get a number more that are signing up. Does this mean that we're going to have more of that as we go into the future, more and more of the renewable as opposed to the other way of producing electricity?
Yeah, what we're seeing in terms of the generation mix is, if you think of a pie chart or a pie graph, and you cut it up in slices, and you have percentages of what TVA is using to produce their electricity, you're generally starting now to start seeing the renewable slice is starting to grow. As older plants start to need repairs or get closed down, they generally need to replace it with something that's more cost effective. And we're finally getting to that point with renewables that it's just becoming more cost effective. And it's all about the money at the end of the day. If it's cheaper to build it and own it and operate it than it is another source of electricity, you're typically going to build it versus dumping money into an older plant or trying to upgrade something that may be obsolete in a few years. So yeah, I think what'll happen over the next couple of years and decades is you'll start to see that renewable slice again continue to grow as more and more people ask for it.
Okay, got just under 2 minutes here. Tell us again the easiest way to find out more about this, other than reading the Tennessee Magazine. I think it's called Tennessee Magazine.
It is. It's called Tennessee Magazine.
But and there's always a section in there that Middle Tennessee Electric has some information, and I've got mine, but I didn't see this. I'm going to go back and read it. But that's not.
There's a little bar at the top with a programs tab. You can click on the programs, and there's a renewables section, and it gives you a breakdown of all of this. There's actually a sign up page there. If you want to sign up or have questions, you can put in your name, your phone number, or email, and I'll reach out to you. Another good way is to just call me directly. My number is 615-217-5256. I can discuss it with you and get you signed up over the phone.
615-217-5256.
That's
I've
correct.
got it written down here, so we'll have it here too. Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming by to explain this morning, and certainly hope you have a nice time. Your time with Middle Tennessee Electric. I think there are a lot of people here say it's a good place to work.
Wonderful place. I love it.
And I'm proud to get my electric energy from Middle Tennessee Electric as well. But Tim Suddeth, Distributed Energy Resources Coordinator, the solar guy, thanks for being with us.
You're
today.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
That's it for a Thursday. Join us tomorrow for the Friday edition. Till then, I wish you a tremendous day.